In this video, we're going to do a t-test, and we're using the height worksheet template. And a t-test is just there's a function in Excel that lets us do that. To find that function, let's come up here. We're in a blank cell where we want the t-test to go. And then we're going to come up here and we're going to look at what functions are available by punching on this little fx. Now, a lot of times when you do this, it will come up with the most recently used statistics that are down here. But you can hit this little down arrow and find the one you want. Let's go to statistical. And then let's look for a t-test. And we have a t-test right here. You can also see we have our t-distribution, t-inverse, t-test. So let's pick that one. And we'll say OK. And now notice that it puts us in this cell. So I'm going to come up here and put my cursor between the two parentheses. And you can see from the description we have a t-test with array 1, array 2, and tails type. So for array 1, it's going to be the females. We come down here, Control Shift down arrow, then a comma, and then we do the males, Control Shift down arrow, a comma, and then it wants to know whether we want a two-tailed test or a one-tailed test. And we're going to want a two-tail. You almost always want a one-tailed test. You're greeted with skepticism if you choose a one-tail, which makes it easier to get a significant P, because it only looks at one end. It's as though we expect males to be taller, so we're just going to do a one-tailed test because we only look at males being taller. A two-tail. And then there's type. So we're up here. We look at type, and over here, if we click in here, we see type is the kind of t-test. Which kind is it? Is it a paired? We put in a 1. 2 sample equal variance, we put in a 2. 2 sample equal variance, we put in a 3. Well, this is a 2 sample equal variance, so we're going to put in the number 2 and hit enter. Now, sadly, what the t-test gives us is just the p-value. This is 6 to negative, so there's 15 zeros after the, there's a point, 15 zeros, and 0.6. 0.06. That's a really small p-value. In other words, it's a really huge, well, it's a very unlikely chance that we would get this result if males and females were the same height. So getting a t-value of this size is very, very unlikely given chance is true. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell us what the t-value is. And so that makes this of limited use. We really need to calculate the t out by hand to get the actual t-value to put in a paper. That's how you calculate a t-value. That's how you do a t-test in Excel.